Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is bang that like button like it's Sydney Sweeney in a sundress, so it reaches a wider audience. Also, before I get on with the memes, first a word from today's sponsor, the Red Pill Ring. The Freemasons have their own rings and now so do we. When another MGTOW sees your gold, silver, or bronze ring, he's going to know exactly what it means and that both of you have the same value system. Now all we have to do is make a secret handshake. Please visit redpillring.com today to get your precious ring. Do it fast before Gollum with boobs stops you. And now on with the memes. Number one, these are the types of shorts that high school girls are wearing these days without the tattoos, of course. I saw a couple of them in their pet simp at the mall recently. But it's alright for this woman to get these tattoos because they're going to vanish under fat fold meat curtains as she gets older. To all the simps out there, they don't see the red flags. They see checkered flags fooling them into thinking that this is wife material. Up next, 1,000-pound sister star Tammy Slaton comes out as pansexual. But something tells me that licking the pans clean doesn't count as pansexual. More like frying pansexual. Then again, in Spanish and Japanese, pan means bread. So maybe if she likes to boink baguettes, this checks out. She lost a lot of weight recently, which is great. But not enough yet to change her pronouns from pounds and kilos. But on the bright side, she might be the next Miss Alabama if she can avoid eating the judges. Number 3, during Pride Month, American citizens decided to paint the US border in rainbow colors so that the government can finally arrest those walking over it. But remember, those aren't citizens, they're patriots. This is an idea that's so crazy that it might actually work. Moving on, this Swedish liberal leader calls for Hungary to be removed from the EU. Funny she doesn't look Swedish to me. Hungary is the only place standing its ground against woke migration and it's safe and clean unlike Sweden. So throwing it out makes sense because it sets a bad example for everyone else. In this case, a good example is a bad example. Poland is also holding the line here. Here's a picture of Swedish girls in 1989 versus Swedish girls in 2018. Number 5, they say too much exercise can end you if you're a white man. A study finds 7.5 hours a week of fitness doubles your risk of heart disease. They want white men so fat that the healthcare and food companies can profit off of them. Healthy, fit people are not profitable for Big Pharma. If white men don't put on at least 100 pounds, then they're shamed for being fat phobic. I remember back in the day we used to shame fat people instead of fit shaming them. Up next, women shame 30-year-old guys for dating 18-year-old women. But at the same time, they're fine with 18-year-old women selling themselves on Lonely Fools to 30-year-old simps saying that that's empowering. Also, if she's the 18-year-old woman and the 30-year-old man checks all the boxes, then that age gap magically disappears. It's only when she's old and no one that ticks all her boxes wants her does that age gap become relevant again. She has to ruin those guys' fun if they don't want to have fun with her. Number 7, there are perks to not having a girlfriend like a full wallet. Women may bleed once a month, but they bleed you financially as a man all the time, as well as bleeding your time and productive energy. I've grown my wealth by 8 times in size since I stopped dating almost 9 years ago now. Under this meme, one woman tried to save face by saying, "Imagine sacrificing happiness for money." Considering I was more of a zombie with a love lobotomy in relationships, nothing of value was lost. Moving on, this meme sums it up perfectly. This is true until you wise up. Stormy Daniels, is that you? But seriously, this has to be the biggest distraction for all men. Once the lover bots show up, that hole will disappear, and men will be able to achieve more than ever. The size of the hole in this meme is also pretty accurate for women these days. Build a bridge and get over it. There's also vag on the money side, so long as you don't marry it. Number 9, women always invade male spaces to gain control of them. This one wants to invade incel spaces claiming that she's ugly, which no one believes. Can someone please get me in touch with her so I can cure her incel state? She, of course, is doing this because she's seeking attention and validation. She probably wants to friend zone some of the incels out there and use them for her own amusement. This is probably her in her DMs. Up next, this woman says that she smashes canines, but at least that she's not a Republican. I'm not sure this is the flex that she thinks it is. Imagine posting this with a serious face. Maybe Trump needs to put this post on his next ad campaign or something like that. He can use this to prove that the Democrats are the party of morality. Yeah, right. Yeah, dog pill morality. Maybe this is another reason we need to restart the Salem witch trials. Number 11 are a couple of guys doing a transaction in Bitcoin, and the IRS is freaking out. trying to figure out how to tax this transaction. This doesn't happen all that often because the bad money chases out the good. People would rather pay in fiat cash because the fiat loses value over time while the Bitcoin gains it. Plus, all transactions are visible in the public ledger with Bitcoin, so there's always a trail, especially when you convert it to fiat. Moving on, Amber is struggling with her mental health and she needs money to pay for rent. I'd be struggling too if I had a gremlin that looked like that. I can't tell if it's 12 or 42. But seriously, who is sending her the money as support? There must be a whole bunch of simps orbiting her or something. I wonder if they'll keep donating to her month after month. Number 13, now we have solid proof that Tom Cruise is a vampire. Here he is with the kid from Jerry Maguire from the film, as well as today. Looks to me like the Church of Scientology is a pathway to many abilities some considered to be unnatural. But that's probably not it. Most of us figured this out when we first saw Cruise in an interview with the vampire. Some say that he's the last movie star, and I can't wait to see what he looks like when he finally turns 70. Up next, Australia's wealthiest woman demands a portrait of her being removed from the National Gallery. This one. It was painted by an Aboriginal artist. I wonder if she'll be called racist for demanding that this picture be taken down. But seriously, which one is the painting and which one is the photograph? I'm so confused. She also kind of reminds me of someone, but I just can't remember who. I guess she's never heard of the Streisand effect before, because now wherever she goes, her haters are going to bring a copy of this painting to piss her off. Number 15, this teenager accidentally deleted herself because she was in the bathtub and dropped her phone, which was connected to the plug into the tub, and it electrocuted her. Too bad they took away the Tom and Jerry cartoons for being too violent. Looks like they taught us a valuable lesson. Like don't drop electrical appliances into water. Looks like we have one of this year's Darwin Awards nominees. I thought it was a fake story, but it's actually real. Moving on, this woman just realized that she needs to buy a car instead of taking public transit. But we all know that she's really mad because she probably wants a taste, and it's making her jealous, because she asked and Tyrone said no. She also probably doesn't like being reminded that she's single. You just know that when she got home that night, she fantasized about receiving the same type of cultural enrichment. Number 17 is Jessie, and she says she's about to mow her own damn lawn, and asks who needs a man. Her next post is asking her guy friends if any of them know how to fix sprinklers, because she hit one of them with the lawnmower and water is flooding everywhere. I'm pretty sure you got this, lady. And that's probably not a sprinkler, more likely a shut-off valve. I guess it's time to call the city. Up next, this is what happens when women go to UC Berkeley and become feminists. It's tragedies like this that prove to me that California is a blister on the ball sack of humanity. And not only is she unemployable with her indoctrination complete and her release into the world, but the urban educated female is one of the main causes of decay in Western society over the last 5 decades. Number 19, the Violet Witch says that Victoria, age 25, is Leo's oldest girlfriend, and that he needs to be put in jail. Yes, put a man in jail for dating a woman that's of legal age, while releasing all the teachers that have had fun with 14-year-old guys who are underage. Regardless of what you think, Leo looks pretty damn pleased with himself. The Violet Witch, yeah right. She's more like the Green with Envy Witch, because she can't have him and divorce scrape him. Moving on, this is the average big city Canadian experience in 2024. Replacement theory isn't a theory anymore. The leftists finally got their wet dream, and what they don't realize is that the white men will start leaving the West, and then it'll collapse and turn into a colder version of South Africa. Some people will say this isn't accurate, but all I have to say is, at what percentage does diversity become replacement? Number 21, Javier Milei confirms the closure of the former Ministry of Women, Gender and Diversity. Not only that, but he solved the inflation in the country as well. He's even talking about allowing Bitcoin as a currency in the country. Unfortunately, the poverty rate has actually gone up from 45 to 55% under him. But that 10% is mostly former government workers that he fired. I guess if you want to make a masculine egg omelet, then you've got to break some feminist eggs. Up next to Black Lives Matter in outer space. Kimberly wonders if SpaceX colonizing Mars will be inclusive. Maybe she's scared that the mission to Mars will be the ultimate white flight. But she shouldn't be so critical because, after all, it's an African American that's spearheading the project. Also, I got a question. Is that the Black Force spaceship? I also feel like only a racist would ask the question, do Black Lives Matter in outer space? Number 23, I didn't know this, but some women deliberately get pregnant up to 4 months to their birthday. So their mammaries get bigger, and then they terminate the baby weeks to their birthday just so they look good in their photo shoots. This sounds crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true, because of the number of damaged women these days. I miss the good old days when I didn't know about things like this. Moving on, Megan Fox keeps getting creepier. Besides dressing her three boys as girls, she's also wearing her stepson's t-shirts as well. Then again, maybe he's the one wearing her shirts, and she's trying to turn him into a girl as well. That kid can also probably brag that his dad is banging Megan Fox. Then again, the stepson is probably also wearing her underwear. Number 25 and the last one, Russian makeup artist Gora Vyatsin has over 4.6 million Instagram followers because of her amazing makeup transformations like this one. Her fake up is like witchcraft, making badly deformed women beautiful again. But I say it's witchcraft and should be banned. It's images like this that should convince every guy out there to take women swimming on the first date. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.